Let's look at homework exercise number 20 from 5.6. 8 times 10 to the 5th divided by 2 times 10 to the 6th. Again, we can do this pencil and paper on our calculator. 8 times 10 to the 5th divided by 2 times 10 to the 6th. You can divide the decimal parts. 8 divided by 2 is 4. And then the powers of 10, 10 to the 5th divided by 10 to the 6th, dividing. So we're going to subtract the exponents. So 5 minus 6 is a -1. So it would be 4 times 10 to the -1. Now notice decimal notation. -1 means we're dividing by 10, so the number's going to get smaller. So we move the decimal from the right of 4 to the left of 4. So we move it over one place, so we get 0.4. So that would be our answer in decimal form. .4, you can just put in 0.4. Now on the calculator, we can also do this. You can go 8 times 10 to the 5th power divided by 2 times 10 to the 6th power, right paren, and get our answer 0.4, which is what we got pencil and paper. Okay, convert each number to scientific notation and write your answer in scientific notation. So we're going to multiply. Okay, so the first part is 98 million in scientific notation would be, you'd move it over 3, 6, and then 7, right? So it'd be 9.8 times 10 to the 7th. 700 million is going to be what? Move it over a group of 3, 6, and then 7, 8, right? So it's going to be 7 times 10 to the 8th. All right. So we'll go ahead and put those. First, we got to go ahead and change each number into scientific notation before we get our answer. So again, the 98 million is 9.8 times 10 to the 7th power. Get the exponent. 700 million is going to be what? 7 or 7.0, just 7. You can put in 7. You don't need to put the 0.0 times 10. We move it over 3, 6, 7, 8 places, right? So now we get the superscript. The exponent is 8. And now we're going to multiply. So now we can use our calculator, right? So we can go ahead and do 9.8 times 10 to the 7th power times 7 times 10 to the 8th power. And very nicely, it gives us in scientific notation. Now this E in the exponent, or on the calculator, means times 10. It's just a shortcut. So this really means 6.86 times 10 to the 16th power. Okay? That's what that means there. The E means times 10. Now remember, in MyMathLab, you've got to put it in times 10, right? So we have to go ahead and put in 6.86 times 10. Again, the E stands for times 10, and then the next number is the exponent on 10, which is 16. Problem number 22. Okay, write 8, what's this, hundreds, thousands, 810 billion and 0.000027 in scientific notation. Okay, now 810 billion is over 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, right? So it would be 8.1 times 10 to the 11th power. 0.00040 zeros and 27, you'd have to move it over 5 places, right? So it's going to be 2.7 times 10, and again, it's a small number, so it's -5 power. Okay, and now they want us to actually do the division, so we can do it on our calculator. So we can go ahead and do, in parentheses, 8.1 times 10 to the 11th power divided by 2, oops, forgot the parentheses, parentheses, 2.7 times 10 to the -5 and we get 3e to the 16th. Remember, e stands for times 10. So this would be 3 times the x, 10's the base, the exponent is 16. Okay, now, also on your calculator, the second comma key is a shortcut to write in scientific notation, and then you really don't have to use parentheses. So for example here, 8.1 times 10 to the 11, you can put in 8.1 and then hit the second comma and you get the e. That means times 10. Now you don't put another 10, you just put in the exponent, which is an 11. We're dividing by, same idea, 2.7, you hit second comma, you get the e, which represents times 10. So all you need to do now is put in the exponent, which is -5, hit enter, and there's our correct answer, 3 times 10 to the 16th. So you can use the shortcut second comma to replace times 10 on the calculator to make it a little bit faster for you. Problem number 3. Express the 1990 student population in scientific notation. Okay, so in 1990, here's our 1990, right? Student population is in the darker orange. It's 52.6 million. So that'd be 52,600,000. So in scientific notation, it would be over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 5.26 times 10 to the 7th. Okay, so let's put that in. Okay, express the amount that the government spent on public education in 1990 in scientific notation. 1990, the government total spending is 40.4 billion. So 40.4 billion is 40 billion, 400 million, and then thousands, hundreds. So we're going to move it over 3, 6, 9, 10. So it would be 4.04 times 10 to the 10th power. 4.04 times 10 to the 10th power. Notice that's in billions. 4.04 times 10 to the 4th power. I'm sorry. 4.04 times 10, it was over 4.04 billion, I forgot my answer, 40,400,000,000, right? Which actually was 3, 6, 9, 10. I'm sorry, 4.04 times 10 to the 10th power. All right, 4.04 times 10 to the 10th power. There, that's what we got. Okay, the answer in part C in scientific notation. How much is the government spent per pupil? Okay, so we're going to divide the money by the number of students, right? So we're going to go ahead and take the money is 4.04 times 10 to the 10th. 4.04 times 10 to the 10th power, the amount of money divided by the amount of students, which was 5.26 times 10 to the 7th. So 5.26 times 10 to the 7th. Okay. Now, okay, there's our answer, but this one is in scientific notation and round to 3 decimal places. So in scientific notation, we have 768.06, so we move it over 1, 2 places. So it'll be 7.6806 times 10 squared. Okay, we need to round it off to 3 decimals, so it would be 7.68, and the 0 would round up to 1 times 10 squared. Okay, so 7.681 times 10 to the 2nd power. Okay. 7.681 times 10 superscript 2nd power. And now in decimal notation, rounded to nearest dollar. So again, our answer was what? 768.06, right? So to the nearest dollar, it would simply be 768, right? Dollar is the nearest whole number. So we would put in 768 as our decimal. Okay, we're going to go ahead and stop this session at problem number 24. Thank you. If you have any questions, send me an email at tswers@hodges.edu or call me at 239-938-7805. Thank you.